Welcome back to another video. I'm coming back with another what I eat in a day video and give you a little bit of a life update. My job has closed for a few weeks because of this COVID-19 chaos that's going around. So I have been advised to socially distance myself, which ironically enough, I do anyways, naturally. All my days off, that's always what I do. I'm a homebody. I'd rather stay at home and just relax and read and cook and work out and all of that sort of stuff. So that's not being really challenging for me. I hope everybody is being safe at home and being compassionate and courteous to others if you are going out at all. What I have been doing is sticking to my goals, sticking to my routine. Nothing much has really changed. I'm really grateful that I have workout equipment at home already. I actually don't have a gym membership at all, not anymore at least. I have a awesome treadmill I use every day, and I have a bunch of workout equipment in our garage. My husband has a ton of stuff in there. It's like a mini gym by itself. So we work out at home. I actually use I use a app. I use the Les Mills app, which has a ton of different workouts on it. Not sponsored at all by Les Mills, but I really do enjoy doing classes like the body pump classes, and there's kickboxing, hip hop, things like that. But there's always other apps out there you can use if you're stuck at home, kind of like me. Using those really helps. There's free videos on YouTube you can use. You can get the family involved with it, have fun with it, and don't let it disrupt your workout routine. Just because the gyms are closed doesn't mean you can't work out at home. Go take a nice stroll outside and work out. It always opens up my mind and kind of clears it out and feels good, especially on pretty days like today. So with that being said, I'm sticking really with my routine. Nothing's really changed that much. I have more time to figure out what to do with. I am also taking the time given to connect with myself. I typically, on my routine, will wake up and do a 25-minute meditation following Dr. Joe Dispenza's meditation videos, which I highly recommend. He is awesome. And I do that every morning. And it really helps me to focus on what my future holds, or what I want my future to hold, how I want to feel, how I want to be, and not get caught up in the everyday quote unquote like reality of what's going on. It's really easy to get swept up into the chaos that's going around and forget that you still have your own well-being to worry about. So working on the meditation every morning really helps my mind be set to what I want it to be, and helps me create the thoughts that I want to think, and then thus creates the reality you want to create. If that's not for everybody, meditation is a really great way just to reduce stress in general, and stress can cause a lot of issues. And it's a very stressful time to apparently be alive right now. So meditating can be used for different things, but for me, meditation is a tool to use in life. And for me, that helps connect to myself. Now I'm focused still on my goals, my end goals, which is to get my body back down to its natural size that it's meant to be. So focusing on creating meals and things like that that are surrounded more on the starchier foods from like the Starch Solution I mentioned several times in other videos. But keeping the meals plant-based and kind of just being more creative with it. It's really caused me to create more different and more variety with what I eat, which you will see coming up. All right, for breakfast, I decided to go with something simple, and I went ahead and boiled up these small gold potatoes in my Instant Pot. You can see how tender they are just by mashing them with a fork. Super easy and fairly quick too. And these, once I just mash them all up, I add a little bit of water to it to give it more moisture because they were kind of dry. And just continue to mash until you have the texture you want. One of my favorite toppings is salsa. Just put salsa on everything. It adds so much flavor instantly. And that's what I did here. So I added the salsa to it, and here is my breakfast. So for lunch, using a multigrain wrap, I'm spreading around mashed up northern beans. I used about a half a can of northern beans and just mash it till it gets more like a hummus-like texture. Once it's all evenly spread around, I added in my everything but bagel seasoning. And then I went ahead and sauteed up half a yellow pepper, a whole onion, and some mushrooms, just scattering it along the middle area of the wrap and adding 3 sliced tomatoes with some purple kale on top. And then we're just gonna roll it, making sure that it's all tucked in nicely, nice and tight, so it doesn't unwrap on you. Now I'm just going to repeat that same process with the second wrap. It's a little bit smaller than the first one, so I'm going to use a little bit less of the ingredients, but still going to be just as good. For dinner, I decided to go with my version of an enchilada lasagna. So using some enchilada sauce, scattering around on the bottom, just covering the bottom layer. Then earlier in the day, I made my own corn tortillas for the first time. So they're not that pretty, but hey, at least I tried. Just covering up the bottom layer with them. Any of the holes that you might see, I'll just be tearing off pieces of a tortilla to cover it up. Then the fillings for the enchilada lasagna is very simple. I went ahead and cooked up some black beans that I had lying around and cooked some chunks of sweet potato. So I'm going to layer in my black beans now. And you can put as much beans or as little as you want. I like to load it up, of course. Then adding in my pre-cooked sweet potato chunks. I used about 4 medium-sized sweet potatoes and just boiled them in hot water for about 10 minutes. Adding in some frozen corn to layer in. You can use fresh corn, canned corn. I just prefer frozen. Then I chopped up a whole red onion and a whole green pepper, sprinkling that in as well. And just continue this layering process until you get to the very top. I've already preheated my oven to 350, and once I've completed my enchilada lasagna, I'm gonna cook it for 30 minutes in the oven.